Okay, we are continuing to mobile phone components. Today we are going to see mobile phone cameras. So there are various models, but I'm going to take apart this one with OIS, or what we call optical image stabilization. So these cameras are integrated with a gyroscope, okay, that detects movements and then shifts the lens in opposite direction to prevent motion blur in photos and videos. So we are going to take apart. You will be able to see the internal components, the gyroscope, the image sensor, and the lens itself. So to get exposure to the inside components, we have to cut through this metal shield. It's a tough metal, so keep watching as we cut through this metal. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have a YouTube channel with better videos. Okay, so if you are watching this from TikTok, you should go and subscribe to the channel. The channel is phone.rehab.microsolidering. We have started with Android smartphones, let alone we are going to iPhone. So I hope you should learn something from these videos. Those who didn't get a chance of getting theory, you just went straight to the practical part. You learned your phone repair from someone, he didn't give you the theory part. So here we are giving you the theory and the practical part. So please keep following, you won't regret. So it was tough to remove that metal. We ended up tearing the fiber, but I'm less concerned about the fiber since I wanted to see the inside of the phone camera. So that is what we call a gyroscope. So the lens is attached to a gyroscope. It moves in all directions. So as I told you, a gyroscope detects camera movements and then shifts the lens in the opposite direction to prevent motion blurring. So let us assume you are running with your phone while recording a video. When you move left, the gyroscope detects that you were moving left. It shifts the camera lens to the right, so to stabilize the image. So that is a gyroscope. It is controlled and manipulated with magnets. So that is a lens, that is a camera lens. As you can see it focuses light to the sensor. Okay, then when the sensor captures that light, it converts them to photons that the processor can understand, and the processor interprets the signal as an image and it displays it to your phone screen in the way that you can understand it. So that is what is inside your mobile phone camera. That is the sensor that I'm talking about, that one that changes color like a rainbow. Okay, that is the gyroscope control fiber. It controls the gyroscope. I hope you have learned something from this tear down, because to be a perfect technician, you should not just know the name of components, but you should know how they work. So this is how a camera or your phone camera works. So that is the sensor that captures light. So that is the flex connector, that is the connector, that is the fiber that connects to the phone motherboard or PCB. So let us go into details to see. Okay, now let us go into details. What is a phone camera? Okay, a phone camera uses complex system of hardware and software to capture light, convert it into digital data, and process it into a photograph or a video. Okay, let's see how they work. The process of capturing light to making it a fine image. So now this is how it works. Light enters the lens. Okay, light from a scene you are shooting passes through the phone's lens, which is made of multiple glass or plastic elements. Now the next step, the sensor captures the light. The light then hits a tiny or a light sensitive image sensor, typically a CMOS, okay, what we call a complementary metal oxide semiconductor sensor. So the sensor contains millions of photosites. You can call them pixels. Each capturing light and converting it into an electrical signal. So a color filter, most often a bilens filter, sits on top of the sensor to capture color information. So the next step, the image processor converts the data before it becomes a recognizable photo. The electrical signals from the sensor are passed by to a dedicated image signal processor, which we call the ISP. The ISP performs complex calculations to demonstrate the color data, okay, collect colors, reduces the digital noise, and sharpen the image. So the final step and the crucial one, it is the software. So the software refines the image. The final image is created with powerful software and algorithms that enable features like the HDR or the high dynamic range, the night mode, and the portrait mode. So the software is the brain behind computational photograph, okay, or photographer, which helps tiny mobile phones to overcome physical limitations. As I conclude, you should know modern smartphones have various cameras. They have the main lens, which stands for wide angle lens for everyday shots. Whenever you are taking a shot, then you have the ultra wide lens, which captures a wide view of landscapes or group shots. So that is the ultra wide. We have the telephoto lens. So now the telephoto provides optical or hybrid zoom to bring distant objects closer. Okay, some people buy phones because of the zoom power, the megapixel. Someone buys S25 Ultra, okay, because of the big megapixel. But what you should know, the more pixels the camera has, the more it allows light in. So the last is the micro lens. Micro lens allows for extreme closure up shots. Let me talk about the large sensor and pixel. High-end smartphones use physically large sensors and bigger pixels, okay, or what we call photosite sizes, to capture more light. This results in better image quality, especially in low light condition. So now some of you here, this phone has image stabilization and so on. So stabilization, this technology contracts camera shakes to produce sharper images and smooth video. So it comes in two main forms, what we call the image what we call the optical image stabilization, what we call the OIS. Okay, tiny motors or electromagnetic physically move the lens or the sensor to compensate for motion. And another type of stabilization, we have the electro image stabilization, the EIS. So software analyzes, okay, the shifts and it digitally stabilizes the video footage. So now we have seen mobile phone cameras, how they work and their functions. So we meet in the next video. Please follow and subscribe to my channel.